You know, are we getting to get to the point where we're not going to build any single family homes, are literally so few as to be a joke, particularly in Ontario. Like, the numbers are unbelievably bad. Like it's crazy bad. 70-year lows in building any sort of single family home. So what's that really mean? How the hell did it happen? Like, we're in a housing crisis, and not only we're building fewer homes than we did last year, we're now just going to quit building single family homes altogether in a whole province, or in most of the province, like the province where the part of the province where the people live. Like, I realize this is an Ontario issue, but there are things about it that translate right across Canada. So in 2018, we flipped the switch and we started building far more high-rise units than we did low-rise units. Low-rise are single-family, semis, duplexes, fourplexes, townhomes. We just really, the emphasis went entirely, 80%. And we're talking about 2017, 2018 now. Okay, so it's been a while onto just big multifamily residential. That's all that builders who used to build homes quit building homes and started building these high-rise condominium units. Okay, so why? Well, the whole policy direction was density. No matter where you go in Ontario, and also British Columbia to a certain extent, although I'll give Vancouver its due, it's got a lot of geographic barriers. Like, it's got mountains, rivers, oceans. I mean, you can only really grow in a couple of limited ways. So Vancouver has a case to say, well, we don't have much room to grow. Although you could go deeper and deeper into the valley, you could go towards the border, the U.S. border. But anyway, Ontario, it's just a joke. It's a completely made up bullshit thing called the Greenbelt that a bunch of people dreamt up nearly 24 years ago. And it hasn't changed one tiny bit since, even though there's like 10 million more people than there used to be. Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. Look, let me give you an idea of how bad the numbers are. We've got a population in Ontario that might crack 17 million, 17 million, 2024, 25. We might only build like less than 5,000 single family homes. Yeah, no, I'm not kidding. I'm not even kidding. I'm not joking. That few. Why? All right, let's run it down. About $195,000 to $250,000 of any single family home price that's being built today goes to government. Yeah, just goes to government. It goes, it's 300, it could be as high as 300,000. Just goes to government. Development fees, taxes, levies, you name it, all bullshit. But that's before you can even get going. Before you got to spend that money before you dig a hole in the ground. Crazy high land prices. Because we're locked in Ontario to the greatest extent through the Greenbelt, some of the available land for development that you could build houses on if you wanted to, it's changed hands in 25 years, maybe 3 or 4 times. Always more money, more money, more money. One sells to the other sells to the other, the other sells to the other. A whole community of land barons and developers who are very, kind of a very specific group of people who just sell to each other, and then the prices keep going up. Land keeps becoming ridiculously expensive. Oh, and by the way, if you want to buy an infill property, let's say, okay, I'm going to buy some land, this old house in North Toronto. I'm going to tear it down and build a fourplex. Well, they want like $1.6 million for the land. Okay, like what? Like what? Like, exactly. The numbers on the land itself are crazy, and then the development costs, the taxes, development fees, etc., charges being paid to the city are crazy. If you want to build a whole new development of homes, like you want to say, well, there are a few places in the distant parts of 905 where you could build new subdivisions. Well, that's torture. There's like 24 reports you have to pay for, millions and millions and millions of dollars worth of reports. You have to create studies, assessments, things you have to do before you can even get to the point of coming to the government, various levels of government, and asking whether we can build some homes here. 24 reports before you can even just get started. All right, but wait, there's more. Like we have the tightest, most advanced building standards on the planet for single-family homes. Like the highest possible energy ratings, the highest possible safety ratings. Like that all costs real money. People say, "Whoa, why is it so high to build a house? Just even to build the house?" Yeah, we got like tougher standards than Norway, okay, to build a home in this country now. Like the energy standards are so high, the house could possibly heat itself. The insulation is so drastic. So yeah, it's just nuts. Everything we've done is designed. Everything that if you examine it and said, list me ways to create incredibly expensive single-family homes, we have that whole list. Crazy high land prices, insane amount of taxation, incredibly hard to get done. We are restricting it. We've taken a whole massive amount of land, like an ocean of land, we've taken away from one of the largest provinces in Canada and said, yeah, we're never going to build there again. Okay. Now, I know there'll be a million people say, well, I can't tell you how important this farmland is. Why don't you just fuck yourself? Like, seriously, just fuck off, okay? Like, we're never going to starve. Look at me. I'm not starving. I'm never going to starve, okay? I don't believe that this land supplies all the food in Ontario for the whole year. I'm not even going to listen to that. It's too stupid. So, a series of events has happened based largely on stupidity, greed, and ridiculous government waste of money and growth in government and incredible government expenses to the point where the outcome is the houses are so expensive, even the developer says, I think if I build these, nobody's going to buy them because they're so expensive. They're so crazy expensive. So where does that leave us? We're in one of the largest empty places on earth. Like people say, oh no, it's all just north and snow and nobody can go there. Stop it. I mean, there's all kinds of land to build in Ontario, tons. There's no ocean around us. It's an ocean made up of rules of you can't use this land, all right? So that's where we're at. It's all based on complete stupidity. And what does it do in the end? It creates an environment where because people are not stopping wanting to live in low-rise homes. They're not stopping wanting to live in singles, families, and towns. They're not. So they want that product. And we're not making any more. So that props up the crazy batshit high prices of homes that already exist. Think about it, folks. It's the most basic economics in the world. If you quit making something that people want, the price goes up. So if you wonder why, there's your answer.